Here are my top 10 tips and tricks to become a successful reseller online in 2025. Let's start with our number one tip, and that is buy stock and check sell-through rate. It's super, super important, and I believe a lot of people still don't check the sell-through rate of a specific item. Let's take Wii Party for example. If you found Wii Party in the charity shop or the car boot sale and it sells 100 times on eBay, but there is 200 listing, that means it's a 50% sell-through rate on that specific item. However, if there is 100 listed and 200 sold, that means there has a 200% sell-through rate, which means your item is going to sell really, really fast, and it should sell within the first 90 days. And that's the items that you want to be having, especially when you are first starting on eBay. That way you can steamroll your business bank account, have money come in constantly, and reinvest in future better stock. So checking sell-through rate is super, super important, and you can do that by looking at the eBay sold versus what's listed on eBay. Tip number 2 is list consistently. What do I mean by that? Well, it's very, very simple. If you decide to list 10 items, make sure you list 10 items every single working day at least. However, if you decide, like what we do personally, monetary value, then make sure you list a specific amount of money worth every single day. So for example, we do £1,250 every single working day, Monday to Friday, and we stick to it. We've done that every single day this year. It's all about consistency with eBay. eBay loves consistency. I would personally recommend setting yourself a monetary goal and hitting that every single working day. Number 3 is take clean and clear and bright photos. Take the time to wash your items, clean your items, so they are ready for the photography stage of making your eBay or Vinted listing. If you can make your items stand out on your listings page, then you're going to hopefully anyway convert them into a sale. And the way you can do that is by taking time, care, and attention with your products. There's no good in finding a really dirty pair of trainers from a car boot sale and just lobbing them straight onto eBay. If you clean them, make them look very, very presentable, they will sell. They will stand out from the crowd, and that's the most important thing in this point. You want to stand out from the crowd. You want to make your listing look as bright as possible, as lovely as possible, and it will, trust me, convert into a sale or two. Number 4 is probably one of the most important one, and one of the ones that I want to stress the most, and that is find contacts as soon as possible. You can do that in several ways. How many of us go to a charity shop? Probably 99% of the people watching this video. How many of you guys have ask the manager if you can have a look at the back? Probably not very many, but that is one thing you can do. You can ask the manager of a charity shop or a charity shop chain and see if you can go around the back of their sort of stock room and have a look at some stock and see if you can actually purchase the stock before it even goes on the shop floor. How many of us go to a car boot sale? Probably 99% of us. What type of contacts are in car boot sales? House clearance people. Go up to them and say, instead of going to a car boot sale every Sunday, why don't I come to you and buy a van load or a car load of stock? And that way you don't have to get up stupidly early on a Sunday. And yeah, we can, both win in this situation. It's so, so important. I cannot stress how much importance there is when it comes to making contacts as soon as possible. We cannot rely solely on charity shops and car boot sales. We need to be broadening our horizons and making contacts as soon as possible. Number 5 is another one that I would like to stress quite a lot on, and that is using cross-listing websites to cross-list your items from one marketplace to the other. There are several websites out there, including Zipsell and Crosslist. I will leave a link in the description below for both of them, and they just manage your inventory very, very well. And with a few clicks of a button, you can cross-list all your items from one marketplace to the other. So for example, what we do is we import from eBay, cross-list it over to Vinted. We also do Amazon and Depop, but they're a little bit more difficult. You pay a monthly subscription to one of these websites. We pay £45 a month for the cross-list one, and that is, I think, pretty much unlimited. There's thousands of listings that we can cross-list, and we go from eBay to Vinted, and it's increased our sales overall by a substantial amount. It's well worth doing. You can even just try it for a month and see how you get on. It's, you know, you're not tied into any stupid contracts with any of these companies. There's no point in having all your eggs in one basket. Just in case anything happens to, say, eBay, you've also got Vinted to sort of back you up for the day. If you have a really bad day on Vinted, eBay, you could have a really good day. So it really does balance it out. Cross-listing in 2025 and 2026 going on into 2027, 2028 is going to be super, super important, and I cannot stress this enough. Get yourself on a cross-listing website and cross-list all your inventory from one marketplace to the other. Number 6 is a really, really important one. Clear titles, clear descriptions, and fill in as many item specifics you can physically do. That is unbelievable. The amount of item specifics there are on eBay is a lot, but if you can fill the majority of them in, it really does help push your listing up the rankings. Remember, with item specifics and titles, especially titles, you're pulling information from the title and the specifics on places like Google, Yahoo, Safari, and all that good stuff. So the more you can fill out on your title, use all 80 characters on your title, fill out all your item specifics. Them two things you need to be doing every single listing. You need to fill out the title and you need to fill out the item specifics and have a description of some sort. Just be straight to the point when it comes to the description. That's what we're like, straight to the point. Nobody wants to read all the waffle. I don't really particularly like the AI description of that eBay give you. I just literally write a few sentences and that is about it. Titles are so, so important. The first 5 words of your title are the most important, so make sure you get your 5 keywords in, then work on the rest of the title, and then work on your item specifics, and they will convert into some serious amount of sales. Number 7 is probably the one that I would want to really concentrate in 2026, but you might as well start now. And that is increase your customer service. Provide excellent customer service. You could reach out to them when the item's been delivered and just make sure they are happy with their item. That'd be a start. Another thing you could do is have a little bit of a personal touch. Maybe send in a thank you for your order letter and thank you for your order card, or a QR code that they can scan and get a 20% coupon, or anything like that, just to drive repeat business, providing excellent customer service. And if you can, do fast and free, which is same-day dispatch, free postage, and top quality service. If you could do them 3, fast and free. We live in a world now where people want fast items. We've got to act like Amazon Prime. I know it's not easy, and I know not everyone can do that, but if you can do same-day dispatch, fast and free, I can guarantee you sales will absolutely steamroll. The next tip is find a niche or sell absolutely everything. I know that sounds very obvious, but a lot of people don't do it. We started from a niche. We started our first 4 years of trading selling clothing and trainers predominantly. We now sell absolutely everything, just because the sourcing opportunities when you can sort of sell everything is astronomical. House clearance guys have everything. Car boot sales have everything. Charity shops have everything. They're the advantages of selling everything. But finding a niche means you can slim down your processes, slim down your operations, have one lot of packaging, one lot of postage policies, etc., etc. So I can see the benefit of niching down. You either want to niche into one specific category or sell everything. There's no good just dabbling in here, there, and everywhere, doing a little bit of this and a little bit of that. You either sell a niche or sell flipping everything. I personally would say sell everything, just because the opportunities, especially in the winter when sort of car boot sales dwindle, house clearances dwindle, charity shops are probably going to be one of your main sources of sourcing. And what's in a charity shop 70-80% of the time? Clothing and trainers. So sell everything is my personal tip, but like I said, you can either do a niche or everything. Number 9, keep learning and adapting when you need to. Don't be afraid to take educated punts on categories or items that you have found sourcing, because you just never know. And in this game, the more you learn, the more you earn. It's as simple as that. Don't be afraid. And if you need to adapt to certain situations, we have another lockdown, then we all know in the previous one, gaming stuff was absolutely astronomical. Prices were going sky high. So you would need to adapt to that situation to maximize your money, to maximize your profits. You would have to go into the gaming category for a couple of months, years or whatever, but adapting is super key to be a successful business owner in life, let alone an online reseller. So if you can adapt and learn, and the beautiful thing about this business is that you can pay for your own learning, pay for your own education in this industry. You could go to a car boot sale tomorrow, right? And somebody's offering you a massive bag full of trainers, right? For a tenner. You would take that tenner, you would take it, because you might not know everything about trainers, but that bag could have a hidden gem. That bag could have absolutely nothing, but you've paid for your education cheaply, which is always nice. And you've learned something. You learned not the brands to pick up, or you've learned the brands to pick up. So when you go to a charity shop, you know that you buy X, Y, and Z. Happy days. Learning and adapting is super, super important to running a successful business, not just an online reselling business. And number 10, I would say, is scale your business smartly and have fun. Have fun with your business, have fun what you do. It's not every day that we can all work for ourselves, etc., etc. So sit back and actually take it all in. Have fun with your business, make it your own business. And what I mean by scaling the business smart is don't actually spend all your money on stock. You want to be using that and investing the money into equipment when you can. A new packing bench when you can, because you want to streamline your packing operation. You want to streamline your listing and skewing system. Well, you're going to have to reinvest in money in some racking systems. There is loads of things that people don't actually attribute a cost to and don't think is important. But I tell you now from previous experiences and this experience, that having a packing bench, for example, having a dedicated packing room has increased our efficiency when it comes to picking and packing tenfold. It's been incredible. So wherever I can save time, I'm going to save money in the long run. Just have fun. I can't stress that enough when it comes to this business. Having fun in your own business, making your own money, is one of the best things you can ever do in this life. Well, in your life. This is personal experience. It's been the best thing that I've ever done in my entire life, is start my own business and just have fun. But anyway, guys, I hope that was an interesting video. I'm trying to do different types of videos just to see where I can take this channel. If you did enjoy that video, please do me one huge favor and smash that like button. Subscribe if you're new around here. Hype the video. That's a new feature that YouTube have brought in, is you go down towards the description, you can hype videos. Hype this for me, ladies and gentlemen. It would mean the world. And I'll see you beautiful lot in the next one. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Go out there, make some contacts, invest in your business, have fun, and I'll see you beautiful lot tomorrow. Well, Monday. Bish, bash, flipping.